What you're about to see is an extended version of me building this house in SketchUp, me drawing it in SketchUp. It is long, it is kind of boring. It is the kind of thing that you should watch if you really want to see exactly how I did it in SketchUp. And I think that's a really valuable tool for those of you that are looking to design your own house in 3D modeling software like SketchUp. So continue watching if that's what you're looking to do. If you just want to see an overview of the house, of me doing it in SketchUp and just kind of a tour of how I did it, and then move right on to the framing videos and seeing how I actually built it in real life, then you should click here or there or somewhere right now to watch the SketchUp overview video, which is, it's about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and it just goes through the finished product. So enjoy, guys, and I hope this is helpful. Okay, so I've been going over this with Justine a little bit, and we're going to make some changes. So I'll explain those. Maybe I won't explain those. We're just moving some windows around because we're changing the interior layout a little bit. But I just want to move a couple things around and show you how I'm going to do that. So I want to center this window in this wall between basically from this wheel well, or this fender, all the way to the end of the wall here. So in order to do that, I'm going to get rid of a 2x4 here. Okay, so first thing I want to do is take a tape measure off, pull a line over, and I want to pull it to the midpoint of this 2x4. Move over a little bit. I know that I'm hitting the midpoint right here. So when I pull this line over, because I'm pulling a line over, I'm locked to the green axis. And then I'm going to wait till the inference engine shows me that I'm at the midpoint of that long 2x4. So boom. I have my center point now, where I want this whole framed opening to be centered on. Next thing I can do is select all the framing for this framed opening. Okay, just grab these guys. Okay, so now what I can do is I can select the center point of, like, the header, let's say, with move. So I say it turned it, the inference engine turned that into a circle right there. That means I'm in the midpoint. And then I can click on that. I'm going to lock to the green axis, and I'm going to snap that off to this line intersection. And now I have moved that entire framed opening to the center of this space between the end of the trailer here and the fender. Next thing I'm going to do is copy that same exact window off to the other side. So in order to do that, I'm going to get at editing that component. I'm going to get into this group rather. And I'm going to delete all this stuff. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all those pieces again. Just got to make sure to get that other piece of that header over there. Okay. Okay, now I'm just going to pull this straight over with move. Let's grab that corner. I'm going to grab this corner right here. And I'm going to lock it to, I think it's the red axis. Yep. And then I'm going to snap it right to the edge of that sole plate. Whoops, I didn't copy it. Let's do that. lock to red, hit control to copy, and now I'm going to lock it over there. Okay. And all these components, all the framing components are in layer 0 already, so I'm good to go to then select, once I finish this wall, I can then select all these components that are all in layer 0 and make them into a group and put them into whatever layer I want. I think it's maybe like one of these. I can't remember. It was like a couple weeks ago that I was last doing this, but it's going to be one of these layers that I already created. Okay, guys, so I'm going to get started on framing the end walls for the second story and then moving on to the roof. So here we go. I'm going to start with this end wall right here. Making sure I'm in layer 0 down here, and I am. That's good. So I'm going to start drawing out my framing. Okay, so 3.5, comma 1.5. Now I snap to the red axis there in case you didn't see that to make drawing that rectangle easier. And I'm going to bring this all the way to right there. Okay. Make that a component. Alrighty. Alright, now one thing I need to check out is where I did the 16 on center. I want to stay consistent with my 16 on center framing. And looking down here, it looks like I am doing my 16 on center starting on this side of the house. Just do a quick measurement to make absolutely sure. Yep, so I'm going to start my 16 on center pattern. Oh boy, hate it when that happens. Okay. All right, I'm going to start my 16 on center pattern on this side. So, oh, you know what I need to do? I totally forgot. I actually need to draw the roof. I need to get the roof pieces in first because this wall is not going to really be load bearing so much for the roof. I kind of need to just build this underneath the slope of the roof. So I need to do my my 2x6s for the roof and the bird's eye cut for that first. So let me start that. Okay, so let's do this. I got to think about how I'm going to do this. Let me first disappear the sheathing. Okay. So let's see if we can figure this out. I'm going to start by drawing a 2x6. So let's rotate his orbit around a little bit. I'm going to start here. Rectangle. Where should I draw it? I guess I could draw it right here. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Ah. Yeah, this is kind of weird. Whatever. Okay, so this is this way. So the first number is going to be 1.5, comma 5.25. Okay, we'll pull that out. I don't know. Let's pull it out further than we need to. Let's do 12 feet. Okay. Make that a component. And I just want to move it so it's more centered. I think it's the red axis there, yeah. Okay. So there we go. So now I got this big long 2x6 that is resting on the sole plate up here. Actually, I made a mistake already, guys. I need to move this up 1.5 inches because I need a second plate. Blue axis, 1.5. Okay. And actually, let's just hide this thing for now because it's going to be in the way. Alrighty, so sorry. Let me back up a little bit here. Okay, so what I need to do is I need a sole plate, not a sole plate. I need a second top plate on top of all this framing, and what I want to do is I want to overlap these joints. So let's use some long pieces. What do we got here? This is 11 feet, so I mean, shoot, we could use, I guess, 16 footers for this. We got about 32 feet or so. God, we got exactly 32 feet. So two 16 footers would actually be great for these top plates. So let's draw that. Lock it to the red. No, going to green. Okay, so we got 3.5, comma 1.5. And I want to push this out 16 feet. Make that a component. Alrighty. Now I'm just going to move this guy. Move it. Lock it to green. Copy it. And now I'm going to move that 16 feet. And then we should, this other piece should be totally lined up with the edge here because our whole length was 32 feet. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now what we can do is we can take both of those, whoops, both of those top plates, and we can copy them. We can move those. And we're going to copy, control that thing. Just going to zoom out and zoom in on these guys and lock it to right there. Okay. Got those top plates. All right. Now that we got those done, let's unhide everything. So we get our 2x6 back. And we did move that up 1.5 inches, so we're perfectly sitting on top of that top plate. All right. Next thing we need to do, I already know this from the other house. I think I even have it still marked that the roof slope is 3.6 degrees. You can see how I got my bird's eye right there. And I could actually just take this object. Let me actually just take that and just see what happens if I put it over here. It should fit perfectly because this is all the same dimensions. Let's hide this again. It's reversed. Okay. Let's Q. $180. Okay. How the heck was that reversed? That's really weird. I don't see how that was reversed. Okay, let's just get it closer to over here so I can grab the right point. Ah. Okay, so I want to move from this point right there, and I want to get it right on there. So that should fit perfectly. Yep. Sure does, because all my dimensions were the same. Okay, but you know what? That's all fine and well. We could use that, but what I want to do is redraw this from scratch. I'm going to just move that down a little bit, store that off to the side for a second. I want to redraw this from scratch to show you guys how I did that. Okay, so let's unhide all. Okay. All right, so I already know through trial and error just from rotating and playing with the degrees that this is 3.6 degree rotation. So I'm going to start my rotation. Did I make this a component? I did. Okay, so I'm going to start my rotation right there. And I don't think I need to go out any further than this. So see how I'm rotating this now? I'm just going to type in 3.6. And you see how what I did was I just made sure that that thing just literally just kisses. It's not perfect, but it's close. I could do probably 3.65 or something, but I know this is going to work. It just kisses the top plate over there. So now, and then on this side, it's touching, so it's touching the inside corner over here, and it's touching the outside corner over here. guess that's what I'm looking for. You'll see how this works. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to move this down now. And I'm going to lock to the blue axis. And I want to basically, see, I want to, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. I want to grab it right from here. And I want to lock to blue. And I want to bring this down so that point right there snaps perfectly right to the bottom of that 2x4. Now, let's take a look at how that looks over here. And basically, it's right almost to the bottom of this 2x4. So, what's next? So, the first thing I want to do, so basically, I just need to cut this 2x4 apart. I got to make my bird's eye cut. So, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to edit this face. I'm going to draw a new line on the face of the roof rafter, like that. And then I'm going to push this into oblivion. I'm going to offset it by 1.5 inches, make it disappear. So what I've done is I've just cut that off equal. All right, cool. Now I'm just going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to select the face. I'm going to draw a line at this intersection. I'm just going to basically trace that 2x4. And now I'm going to push that face to 1.4. There it is. There's my perfect bird's eye. Do the same over here. Edit this face, draw a line from here to here. I guess I could just draw these lines too right now. Okay, so let's first, by pushing this out, make that disappear, and then we'll push this out, make that disappear, and then that's it. What's this? I'm seeing a little blip. Looks like I have a little piece of something that's left over. Let me try to hide this. Let me hide this. Let's see why I have a little piece of something left over. Let me hide this too. Yeah, I'm not sure where that came from. But I do have a little blip I need to deal with. Whoops. Whoops. Oh boy. Can you guys see this? Oh boy. Just happened. Oh, there it is. Alright, in any case, guys, I'm just going to erase. Oops. No. Where is it? How about I just try to select it? Oh, it's part of it. So I have to edit the component first. And it's like in the component. So I just selected it and I just deleted it. So that was a little blip. Not sure where that came from. And then let's just make sure there's no little blips over here. Doesn't look like it. Let's hide this guy. We'll hide this guy too. Nope. We're blip free over here. So yeah, we got our piece. This is our this is going to be our roof rafter component, and for this one I'm actually going to name it. I'm going to title it. Where is it? Is this it? I honestly, oh no, I have no idea. I have so many components now. Man, this is me not knowing how to use this thing. There's like a bazillion components in here. I don't even know how to like get this in a better view. Open. Expand. Okay, I don't. Oh. Huh. The heck? I don't even know. So, guys, I think in a perfect world I'd like to name this component, but I don't really know how to right now. So what I'm going to do instead, don't expand. How do I even make this bigger? Oh wait, there's two component things here? What the heck is this one? Can't say I understand this menu. Oh, okay. Can make that a little bit smaller. Expand this down. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have paid attention to what component number. Oh, it should be all the way at the bottom. Should be the component number with the highest number. 189. Oh no, it's right here. Okay, I found it. It's 188. Yeah, there it is. All right, so I'm gonna name this guy. I'm gonna properties component 188. I'm gonna call this roof rafter because this is like literally out of all the framing, this is like the most unique component out of everything I've ever done. So I just want to know that it's called that. And so roof rafter. I think they're alphabetical. Yeah, roof rafter right here. Okay, so now I can always get that back whenever I want. So let's unhide all. Okay, and delete this guy from the other model. All right, so let's just go across the whole thing here. Let's see what I did in the other model. Yeah, it looks like I started the 16 on center. Oh, can't actually explain what I did. Why did I do it like that? Oh yeah, because I needed them to. I needed one at each end. That was the issue. I needed a roof rafter at each end, but I also needed 16 on center. Oh, that's okay. I remember now. I remember what the issue was. I need a roof rafter at each end, and I also need it to match up to 16 on center stud pattern. I want the load from the roof to go straight down. Like you see how all these 2x4, they're all stacked on top of each other. I want to land a roof rafter on top of each of these and go all the way straight down. So the weight from the roof is transferred all the way down to the trailer bed. What I didn't want was when I was framing these walls, I didn't want to have like even though I have a platform here to like spread out the load of each of these load-bearing 2x4s from the roof. I didn't want to land one of those in the center of two framing members down below, two studs. Even though maybe that's okay because that's what the purpose of this platform is supposed to do, spread that load out. It's nonsensical to do something like that. So let's see. I'm trying to see where the heck is my 16 on center pattern here. Oh yeah, it's over here. It actually starts. It starts here. 3/4. I think it ends there. Okay, so if we go, yeah, so 1'4". Yeah, so it's basically 1'4" there, and then we hit this thing. And where this window needed to be, it didn't land perfectly, so it's like, it's basically that. But if we go from here to here, we get 2'8", okay, and then we get 1'4", and then we get, this is another weird one, where it's not landing perfectly. It looks like I made a couple errors. Let's try this over here. 1'4", okay, so I see what I did. Yeah, 1'4" is actually right there, but that's fine. Okay. 1'4". Yeah, so these are lining up. But this one is not. Huh. I wonder why I did that. Must have made just some weird error. Alright, let me fix it. Whoa. I do not think so. Edit that component. Or edit the group, rather. Yeah, see, really this cripple stud needs to be over here. Oh, you know what I must have done? I must have somehow deleted. Yeah, see this other one over here? It has one right in here to fill in that gap. I must have just forgotten to put that in here. That's weird. Yeah, see, it fits in perfectly. So that's the way I needed there. And then I end up with 1'4" from here to here. Yep. Okay. So my 1'4" pattern actually ends here, and then I have to have one on the end. And then if I trail this all the way over, it's the same thing over here. My 1'4" pattern starts here, and it's kind of in limbo right there. Let's see what the distance here is. Yeah, so it's 1'4" to here, and then 1'4" to there, and then it continues all the way across. So basically my 1'4", my 16-inch pattern starts on this stud and ends on this stud over here, and then I have a rafter on the very ends. And the reason for that is because these, I had to match the 16 on center pattern from the first section, the first story, I'm going to call it. And with these like cantilever little areas, I was left with no choice but to pull the 16 on center pattern out this way on this side from that 16 on center pattern, and then out from here this way, and that's what I was left with this little extra on both sides. So that is cool. So let's just start doing it. I'm going to move this over, copy, lock to green, and I'm going to snap right to the stud below. And now this is going to get really easy because I can just do lock to green, and I can do 16, and that's going to line right up with this. So interchangeably, I could, and just to prove it, we got 1'4". Interchangeably, I could then just go back to copying and locking right to there, to that next stud, and that will also be 16. And just to prove it, whoops, there's the 1'4". So what I'm going to start doing now that these are 16 on center all the way across, I'm going to take these three, move them, copy them, lock to green, and I'm going to move, what is that, 16, 32, 48. Okay? And you'll notice that since everything is still 16 on center, all these guys, whoops, all these guys are lining up. Okay, now we're going to make this go really fast. I'm just going to take all these guys. Move. And we got what? 16, 32, 48, 96. We got 8 feet. Copy. Lock to green. 96. Okay. Same thing. Move. Copy. Lock to green. 96. Let's do it again. Move, copy, lock to green, 96. Okay, sweet. So that took us all the way to the end, and all I gotta do now is take this one last piece right here and just move it, lock to green, copy, and snap it right to the end. And then I got all the roof rafters done. And Justine is home. Hi.
Hi.
How was your trip? Your travels?
Good.
To Kingston?
Good.
That's nice. What do you got here? Oh. Very nice. What'd you get?
Got hungry.
Did you get hungry for some, like, chicken nuggets or something?
Fries.
What'd you get?
Fries.
Oh, fries, yeah. Your total weakness. I should have known. Okay. Yeah, so I was on the phone a long time with Paul working out a bunch of stuff, so I'm sorry. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. I'm just going to haul ass now for the rest of the night and get as much done as I can.
Okay. Are you going to eat? Are you gonna take a break to eat?
I will take a break to eat. I'm not that hungry right now, though. I was eating that pile of pistachios.
So I just took out the. Can you just pause it for a minute?
Oh, yeah. All right, so now all the rafters are done, and I'm going to, actually, I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm not going to put them into a group yet. Okay, so I have to reference to see how I did this on the other one. Okay, I see. Yeah, I added this little guy right here. Okay, so the purpose of this, let me put it on and then I will explain. Okay, I guess we're doing that with a 2x6. Okay, so let's draw that. Okay. Rectangle. Green. On the green axis. Okay, so that's 1.5, comma 3. No. Not 3.5. 5.25. Okay. Alright, so first things first, I need to continue this line. Yeah. So how am I going to do this? So if I draw a line, okay, let's try a tape measure. Come off this and yeah, it's inferring that angle. That's good. Yeah, great. Okay, so I got that angle now, but just with the tape measure, and then I can just draw a line from this point to the intersection, and then I can just now that since we're not let me undo that. Since we don't actually have a three-dimensional object, we just have like lines drawn here. I can literally just select that line and delete it, and then select this little line and delete that. And now we have our shape as we need it. And now I can just push this thing 32 feet. Create a component. Okay, there it is. Select this. Let's get off that. All right, so you can see that. All right, so the purpose of this guy is, so when we have our sheathing, I'm probably going to have to modify the sheathing because now that we're going to have, oh yeah, I have to modify this sheathing anyway. It's not a problem. But the sheathing basically now can terminate right there. So actually I can start pushing that down. Let's start with that. Start pushing the sheathing down all the way. And now what I can do is I can push this sheathing back up, or I can pull it back up, and I can align it with the bottom of that with the bottom of that that 2x6 right there. Okay, so the purpose of this thing is that when we have our roof sheathing coming across, and then we have our then we're gonna have our our, what is it called, the water barrier. So something like felt, or I don't know. There's probably like other. It's not Tyvek for the roof. There's other stuff, but when we get our water barrier up there, we're gonna have our water barrier come over this thing, and then we're gonna have our roofing on top of that. And then we're going to have, oh, sorry, not on top of that. We're going to have our water barrier, like felt, come down and go over and staple that down to this guy, to the bottom of this 2x6 right here. And then we're going to have, some piece of like drip edge flashing. And that's going to be nailed down into the sheathing on the roof sheathing. And then it's going to come down, make a 90 around here, and then just kind of flare out a little bit down here, so that, and then our roofing is going to go on top of that. So when water sheds down the roof, it's going to then shed off the drip edge and then drip out, flare it a little bit, and then potentially, because we're going to be pushed out a little bit from, well, actually, no, we're not going to be pushed out that much because we're going to end up putting our siding on here next. But hopefully with that little bit of a flare, it lets the water drip away from the house a little bit. It'll probably, a lot of it will probably eventually hit the siding of the house and then drip down to the ground that way. But the idea is to get the water to drip away and at least hit the outside of the house, not somehow make its way in to the sheathing behind all this stuff. So, but that'll make more sense as we get into it. In the meantime, I'm just going to continue. I'm going to continue pushing the sheathing down. Get this one too while I'm here. And then I'll go down. And then I'm going to pull it back up. Shoot, I can't see what I'm doing down here, so I'm going to go up like this. I'm just going to meet up with top of that guy. Okay, perfect. All right, so somehow my recorder stopped. I missed a couple things, but I just want to show you what I did here. I finished pushing down all the sheathing, and what I did was I packed out. I added these framing members, 2x6s on the outsides of the rafters, and they have a little angled cut in them all the way up. The purpose of this is to create have somewhere to mount the drip edge to. So on top of the sheathing, we're going to have some board and batten. That's going to be, I think, about a quarter of an inch or half an inch thickness. I'm getting this special stuff, which I'll show you later. And then I'm putting on 3/4 inch of the batten siding. So all when said is when all is said and done, I'm going to have 3/4 inches of sheathing, a quarter inch, maybe let's just say a half inch of board, the battens, and then or boards rather, whatever you call them, and then the batten siding, the vertical siding, is going to be another 3/4 of an inch. So that's going to equal, what is that, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So what I have here, this might be a little bit too much, but I got 3 inches of packed out 2x material coming off the top. I probably don't need quite that much. What I really just want to do is clear. I want to get over all of the siding, the sheathing and the siding. So here I've exceeded that by 1 inch. So what's going to happen on the roofing, on the top here, on the top of the peak of the roof, we're going to have our sheathing on the whole roof, and then we're going to have our water barrier, and the water barrier is going to come up and over and on the outside of this packed out 2x4s and stapled down probably right there, maybe even underneath this a little bit, and then we're going to have some drip edge, which is basically a piece of a steel flashing or any kind of metal flashing that is nailed down to the sheathing and these blocks most likely with a approximately 90-degree bend, and comes down here and then flares out. So the idea is that water that sheds off the back end of the roof here is going to, well, it's not much is going to shed off the back end of the roof because, you know, the pitch is going the other way. But the point is that water coming off that flare is going to drip out away from the house. If it does hit the house, it'll hit the outside of the siding and then drip down the outside of the house until it drips off to the ground. On the bottom side, or on the bottom down here, same thing, sheathing, water barrier, and then we're going to have a piece of flashing first over here, which is going to do the same thing I just described. And then we're going to have a roofing on top of that. And then the water that comes down the roof is going to shed from, it's going to be like shingled because the flashing, the drip edge is underneath the roofing. It'll shed off the roofing onto the drip edge and then off and away from the house, hopefully clearing the house completely. So that is the idea for that. And like I said, I might be out a little bit too far here. If this is too far, I'll replace maybe this this piece of 2x, or maybe this piece of 2x with a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. All right, so now on to framing out these walls. They do have a window. Oh no, they don't have a window. All right, there is no window there. I forgot about that. Okay, so it's just a simple frame wall. We already have, from earlier, we already have our sole plate here already done. So I think the next thing that we should do is create the top plate. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit tricky if we don't do that. So let's do that. Rectangle. It's locked to red. This is going to be 3.5, comma 1.5. Okay, let's pull this out. And before we do anything else, let's make this a component. And we're gonna rotate it the same angle as the rest of the roofing, which was 3.6 degrees. Okay, let's move that up now to meet this corner. Okay, move up, lock to blue. Yeah, I gotta move with the other one. Let me get this point right here. Okay, so I'm locking to red, and I'm going to snap that guy to the edge right there, and then I'm going to move again and snap to blue, and I'm going to snap right up to that. Okay, I'm not concerned. I know I did like all these nice angle cuts here, but really in the reality of framing, I'm most likely going to leave this the way it is here with that little angle, so we're not going to worry about that. I am quite a perfectionist, so I got to try not to go too crazy with that, or else I'm just going to be spending all my time just going nuts. So easy to be a perfectionist in SketchUp, my goodness. Trying really hard not to go too nuts. Okay. Alright, so for this guy I'm going to stop short. Oops, I didn't stop short. Great. I'm going to have to undo that and redo it. I will show you why in a second. Okay, so what I need to do on this one is I'm going to hit down here first. So, whoops. So I'm going to zoom in really far so I can see both this face and this face. And I'm going to pull right to that point. Okay. Done. Make component. Okay. So, you know, this is gonna, I guess it's gonna take a little bit of load, but really this is not very load bearing at all. All the load is really gonna be off the points where these rafters are hitting. Any kind of bow on the ends, I guess, of these rafters would take a little load on this little wall I'm making, but this really isn't a load bearing wall. This wall could disappear and everything would be fine. The roof would hold and everything would be great. But so I don't think I'm going to double plate that, is what I'm saying. I don't think that's necessary here. So let's just get right into it and put the framing in. Okay. Okay, 3.5, comma 1.5. Whoops, that was the wrong way. I always forget which way you're supposed to write these. It's 1.5, comma 3.5. It depends on where you start, what corner you pull from dictates that. Okay, I'm going to fall short a little bit there. I'm going to zoom in because I need to... Actually, I'll show you guys a neat little trick that I learned. I'm just going to go beyond. Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit funky if I do it that way. So let's do this. Check this out. For this particular one, I'm going to stop right there. You know what? To be honest with you, let's see here. Let's see if I can do this. I'll give it a try. I'm going to try to move just that. There we go. Oh, doesn't work 100%. Okay, I'm going to move just this first. See, I wish I could just move this whole... Yeah, see, that's not working out. I need to move a point, I guess. Oh, no, that does work. I'll lock on the blue, and then I'll snap to right there. Perfect. Okay. So you see what I did? I haven't made this a component yet, or I could have, I guess. And I literally just moved that line up and snapped to the bottom of this 2x4. Make that a component. And now this will be really easy. Well, actually, I want to show you another technique. So check this out. Let me do this. Let me draw one of these again. I'm going to do a tape measure of 16 inches. Rectangle starting here, and this is going to be a 1.5, comma 3.5. Okay. I'm going to pull this up. And I'm just going to go beyond. Okay. Let's start with that. Make that a component. And now I'm going to copy. Lock to red. 16. Move, copy, lock to red, 16. You know, I think I started at the wrong side. Shoot. All right, let's do this instead. Let's move this. Copy, lock to red, and we're going to snap right over there. Okay, so now I'm just going to have to delete these. Start that over again. Move, copy, lock to red, 16. Do it with these two. Lock to red, and I'll move 32. Do it with these two. Okay, got what I need now. Okay, so now I have to make all these unique. These are all going to be different sizes. Okay, now all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All 7 of them are unique. And I'm going to take this face and move it up. Take this face, move it up, and I'm expanding. I'm going beyond. I'm going into the top plate here. Okay. So now what we can do, we can first select this guy, and then let's select this one over here. Let's see what happens first. And we can choose this, whoa. Where are all those guys unselected? Why can't I trim? Huh. I can't explain that. How do we explode this component? We explode this component. I'll be damned. I have no idea why these things are grayed out. Tools. Huh. That's why. I was running a... That's hilarious. I was running a trial version of the Pro version, and Solid Tools were there, and now they're Pro only. Okay, I see. So the point is, let me undo a few of these things. I can't do that. That's hilarious. That sucks. So I can't show you guys, unfortunately. But the gist is here is that what you could do before... You could take two components. I could select the first one, and then I could select the second one. Then I could do trim, for example, right? And that is going to trim the first solid against the second and keep both in the model. So what that's going to do, anywhere where they're intersecting, anywhere where the second one is intersecting the first one, basically the first one will cut the second one at that point. So I'll be left with just, the second one will be cut where they intersect. So I would end up with a perfect, the first one would be cut down perfectly so that it meets the first one, the top plate. But now I can't do that. So I wonder if I know there's another tool to intersect. Oh, it's a context menu thing. Okay, so check it. Here we go. Intersect faces with selection. Yeah, so see this here? Now we've intersected the faces, so what I can just, now I have these little things separate. Oh wait, no. That didn't do anything. At least I don't think it did. Huh. Yeah, see, it's a problem because I can hide this. It did it, but I have to hide this now to delete these guys. Oh, it didn't do what I wanted. Okay. I see what it did. Okay. Let's try it the other way. Let's try to select that one first and this one, and then we can say intersect faces with selection. Let's hide this. And it did it again. So basically, what that did is where there was an intersection, it drew those lines where this one intersected with this one. But that's not helping me. Wait, what if I hide this? Okay, it is helping me, because check this out. Now I can select this, and I can push... No. This is hilarious. Yeah. See, the thing is, it drew those lines on the... Okay. Yeah, let me undo a bunch of stuff. It drew those lines, because I had it was a component that I was intersecting with. It drew those lines on the like as a new object. If I was editing this, if it didn't draw them on the actual faces of this component. Sorry, of these, like, it didn't draw them on the faces that make up the component. It drew, since I was like selecting two components, it drew new lines out in space that were just like, you know, overlaid over this component. So what I think I need to do is this. I need to select all these things, and I need to explode them all. Okay, so if I select all these and I explode, all those components are gone. Okay. And then if I right-click and say intersect faces with model, no intersection is found between section set and the rest of the model. Huh. Let me try this one more time. Okay, so if I explode... Yeah, I guess there are no more intersections. Okay, so what if we don't even do that? I've exploded it, and now I can... Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's the easy answer. Now I can just erase these. That's the answer. I can just erase these extra lines. I am going to encounter a problem, though. I'll show you what that is. See if we can overcome it. And then we're going to need to do the same thing from the other side. Oh no, what happened? Oh yeah, okay. Guys, I don't know if this was the right way to go about it. We're going to have to undo. Wow. This is a great promotional video for why you should buy the pro model of SketchUp. What is going on with this? There we go. Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's delete this, because this one isn't going to work. Let's push this down. Okay. Okay. Now I have to go back and make them all unique again, because I undid everything that I just did. So it was already unique. Alright, so we're just going to have to do all these just like we did the first one. Okay, that's one. It's two. Whoa. Might as well just do all this while we're here. Okay, we're going to move this line just like that. Let's do this one too. Oof. I should probably undo because I didn't snap the way I should have. Okay, so when I went to go move this line, what I needed to do was snap this to the blue axis to make sure that I wasn't changing any other size, wasn't skewing the 2x4. Snap to blue. There we go. Honestly, do I even have to be going this far? No. I could literally just be pulling this up, snapping to there, and I could literally just be leaving it like that. Like, there's really very little difference. I mean, the difference is you see this angled cut here, and then over here. God, why do I keep going too far? You can see there's a little gap. That's the only damn difference. I mean, in real life, I will be making these mitered cuts and making this wall right. But you know what? I say, hey, we're already in here. Apparently, I feel like I like to waste a lot of time. Don't feel obligated to do this yourself, I guess is what I'm saying. Can't help myself. Freaking perfectionist. All right, so now on to... Oh, I can't do that. So I wonder if there... I know there's another tool to intersect. There's an intersection tool. Maybe that was... Okay, guys, I keep seeming to mess up the recording here, so I missed a couple things. So the bottom line is what I'm going to need to do for each of these is I'm going to need to pull them up first. So they snap to right there underneath. And then for each one, I'm just going to have to do what I did with that very first one. I'm going to select this line right here. And I'm going to have to move it. And I'm going to snap to blue. And then I'm going to snap. Just going to pull that one up to make that mitered cut. You know, in reality, you really don't even need to do this. You can see the difference here. This one, that's the mitered cut. But over on this one, I didn't do that, and it really doesn't matter. I mean, in reality, I will be making the mitered cut in the real world when I build this. But for these drawings, it really doesn't matter. But I am a perfectionist to a fault, and I really can't help myself, so I'm going to do it anyway. Do not feel like you need to. Jeez, I can't even get in there. I'm gonna have to hide this. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. And if I just did that one, okay, good deal. We're good on this now. Alrighty, so there's our frame wall. There's going to be no windows, so we're done. We're doing our 16 on center starting at the high point side of the roof, and we're just ending where we end. I'm going to make a group out of this, or rather before I even do that, let me just move this over 32 feet. Make a copy of it. Lock it to green. 32 feet. Okay, got a double whammy. Let me make that a group. And I'm going to make this a group. And for this one, I'm going to have to rename all these layers later, but I'm going to call this, what did I call the walls down there? Hide. 1. This was wall 4. That other all window was wall 3. Yeah, I got to totally rename these. But for now, I guess for now I won't even do anything. I'll just leave them grouped. Okay. There you have it, guys. There are, oops, this end wall was a little bit too far. Looks like 3.5 inches too far. So I'm going to move that in, locked to green. And I'm sure that was 3.5 inches, and it was. Okay, there we go. Save that guy. There we go, guys. This is our, these are our end walls. And the next step is going to be to sheathe them and then sheathe the roof. And then we can keep moving from there. Okay, sheathing time. Make a new rectangle, lock it to red, or rather green. It's going to be 8 feet, comma 4 feet. Okay, let's pull this out. Wait, 5. Okay, make a component. Okay, I guess we're gonna start. I guess we could start low. Let's start off in this corner then. Grab this corner right here. Lock it to red. Boom. Lock it to blue. Boom. We need to pull this back over. Lock it to red. We need to go 1/8 of an inch for that gap. How far? Oh boy. So close. Alright, so we gotta go back a little bit. Let's just do that. Back to the center of this thing. Let's pull a tape over from this line to the center of this guy. Pull this over. Oops. How do I... There we go. Boom. And now we're going to push this face back 1/16 for that gap. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Let's copy this. Lock it to red. And let's rotate under. And also, before we forget to do this, let's make this thing unique. I'm notorious for that, as we already know. Okay. Okay, and we're going to move this on the red axis to here, and then we're going to move it back on the red axis 1/16, and that gives us our 1/8 inch gap. And then we can push this thing in to where we need it. So then rotate around over to here. Let's do this. Okay. Push. Huh. Okay. Yep, so that's that. And now I'm going to hide this. Now I'm going to push this in 1/8 of an inch. God, there's probably a better way to do all of this. I'm going to leave that hidden for now because it's going to, we're going to need to get in there again over there. So, all right, so actually, numero uno is I need to do the same pack out on these sides. So let's do this. Let's draw another 2x6. Red axis. Okay, so we'll do 1.5 comma 5.25. We'll push that out, I don't know, let's say like 10 feet. Make that a component. Let's move that out like a foot on the red axis. We'll say 1.5 feet. It's fine. Should be fine. Maybe that was too much. Let's move it like a foot. Okay. We got to rotate that 3.6 degrees. 3.6. Okay. Excellent. We're already right on the edge. It's perfect. We just got to move it up a little bit and in. So let's do that. Well, actually, let's just go up first. Okay. There we go. And now we'll just draw, we'll edit this component. And we'll draw a line from here. Lock the blue axis. Wait a minute. Why didn't that work? Oh, right, because these are on a freaking angle. Okay. Well, you know what the first problem is? Is that we don't want this to be come down longer than these guys. Yeah, we want to match everything about this, so that's what we need to do. We need to draw some lines. So let's first draw a line here, and then over to, oh boy. I have to zoom in. I have to get right in there like that, and then like this. Okay. So now that I've traced that exactly, I can push this. Perfect. Oh, I still got a little bit of weirdness, but that's fine. That's not that bad. We'll just trace that. That'll never be noticed. Let's get in over on this side and do the same thing. Over here, we're good enough. Okay, so let's draw some lines from here to there. We'll push that out. Okay, well, that's close enough. Alright, sweet. Okay, so we're going to do the same deal here. We're going to double this up. That's a component. We're going to pull this thing out on the green. Double it. We'll go out 1.5. Excellent. We'll take both of those, move these, lock them on the green. Approximately 32. Whoops. Whoops, 32 feet. Let's just keep going. I'll fix this in a minute. Say 30 feet. Go all the way out here and move them back to where they need to go. Okay, there's that. Okie dokie, now let's finish up this sheathing. Actually, this piece of sheathing can go, there's no reason why this can't just go all the way up. So let's do that. Push it up. Hide this. Whatever, it's fine. Draw some lines on this right there. Zoom in and right there. Okay, so check this out. Now that we've done that, we'll hide this one. And now we can simply edit this and push this in. Excellent. Okay. And now we can unhide. Just unhide all. Alright, so we just need one more piece of plywood. This is going to be really easy because we could just take this one, move it up 4 feet, lock it to blue, copy it, move it up 4 feet. Actually, hold on a second. Lock it to blue, copy it, move it up 4 feet and 1/8 of an inch. Let's give that gap. Excellent. And now we can simply just do what we just did with the other one. Draw a line right here. To over there. And now we are, since we see this is visible, we'll just do that. Okay. Ha. Rookie mistake for the upteenth time. Okay. Make that unique first. And now we'll draw those lines. Or that line. Single line. Make that disappear, and we got it. Okay. Whoops. Ugh, I just gotta delete this line. And I bet you it's on the other side too, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. Okay, we're good. Alright. So now we just gotta take these 3 pieces. And we're gonna move them on the green axis. I have to orbit around here. And we're gonna move this way. And we'll go 32 feet. 32 feet and 0.75 inches, I think, is what we need to do. Let's see if that worked. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. Get a little bit faster at this stuff. Okay, so that's our sheathing on the two end walls. And now for our sheathing on the roof. Let's take a little look here. Maybe we'll do the same thing like how we did it on the bottom. We got over 8 feet. So if we, I think the best thing to do is going to be going lengthwise. And we should start just like how we did on the subfloor. We put pieces in the middle. Going to do that like this. Let me draw one. Rectangle. Start from the corner. It's easier. Okay, 8 feet, comma 4 feet. Whoa, what the heck? I have to lock to the red axis. Or to the blue axis, rather. 8 feet, comma 4 feet. Wrong again. Holy cow. Okay, blue axis. How about 4 feet, comma 8 feet. There we go. Okay, so we'll go up 0.75. And we'll make this a component. And just like everything else roof related, we're going to have to get Q and rotate. And we need to lock to the, oops, let me start that over again. We need to lock that to the green axis. And we're going to rotate down 3.6. Okay, so now we got the angle. And what we need to do is, what we want to do is find the midpoint of this one. Oh wow, look at that, it's stuck, it's going down the line. That's awesome. Okay, and we want to go to the midpoint of this piece of 2x. And I just did that, and just to confirm that I am in the middle, it's approximately 2 4 1/8. And 2 4 1/8. So we're good there. All right, so next step is going to be, this is going to be real easy now. We're going to move on the green axis. I'm locking to the green axis, and I'm going to, wait a minute. I messed up. Since we're off our 16 on center pattern on the very ends and the start on the end, this is not going to be perfect, so I'm going to have to move this back to, move it back to the midpoint of right there. And then I'm going to push it back a 1/16 of an inch. 1/16. Okay. Happy with that. Looks like I'm going to have to draw another one of these. So rectangle, blue axis. This one's going to be a this is going to be a 4 foot, comma 8 foot. Ugh, it's all messed up. All right, that's okay. You know what? I'm just to save the trouble, I'm just going to copy this one. Okay, copy. Lock it to green, and instead of trying to guess the measurement here, I'm just going to bring it out to right here, and then I'm going to move it, lock into green again, another 1/8 of an inch. Perfect. And then if I come out here, now pull this the rest of the way, that will give me my full sheet. Go to this midpoint. Oof, midpoint is tough where I'm, there we go. And we're going to push this back a 1/16 of an inch. Something bad just happened here. I didn't make it unique. Story of my life. Okay, these are met up over here, right? Yeah. So they're married. Okay, that's good. Make unique. Now I'm going to pull to the midpoint. Okay, perfect. And this shouldn't be more than a full sheet of plywood. Yeah, 7, 11, 15, 16. Perfect. Oh, I got to push this back. Did I already do that? I don't think I did. That was to the midpoint. Let me push this back a 16th. And what I really should have is 7, 11, and 7/8 for the full length. There it is. Okay, this is my piece that I need to keep replicating now. So let's move this. Lock to green, copy it, lock it to right there, and then move it, lock to green, another 1/16. And that should be an 1/8 inch gap right there. Nope, it's not. Must have messed that up somehow. Lock it to green, another 1/16. And now I'll have my 1/8 inch gap. So actually now I just need to move these 8 feet at a clip, and that'll get me right to where I need to be. Let me do that. Lock to green, copy, 8 feet even, should give me that 1/8 inch gap. Yep, okay. And I landed right there. Perfect. Okay, and now we just gotta make this last piece. So those don't need to be unique, but this next one does. So, copy that. Move this out 8 feet. And then we're gonna push it all the way back to the edge. Oh, I didn't make it unique. It's unbelievable how easy this is to forget. Bada boom. All right. There's all our pieces. Now, making these are going to be super easy. So let's just grab this. We'll move this over, lock to the red, make a copy of it. I think red was the wrong axis. Yeah, if I lock to red, it loses that whole like inference that I want to slide down on that 3.6 degree angle, so I'm going to nix that. So what I'm going to do something I don't do very often, but I'm going to grab it from this corner. You see this? I'm going to copy it. Oh no, it's not working. How did that work the last time? Maybe because I did it from over here. Let's try this. Yeah, you see this? When I do it from this edge, it inferences on that edge. Alrighty, so this needs to move 4 1/8. 4 foot and 1/8 of an inch. That'll give me my 1/8 inch gap. And then I can do the same thing over here. Move. Copy. 4 foot 1/8 inch. Do that gap over there. So now, I can push this back. Gotta make these unique. Make that one unique. Make this one back here unique. Push to there. Push to there. Beautiful. Perfect. All right, so now we're back. What I really wish I could do is copy one of these sheets, but I can't because of the whole inferencing on that 3.6 degree slope. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this guy. I'm just going to do it the same way we just did this. for those other ones. Gonna snap to there. I'm gonna move this one out on the green axis. 1/8. Okay, and now I have to modify this. Let's do these both at the same time. Lock it on the green. Copy. 8. Oh no, I can't actually do it that way. Holy moly, did I just get that? I don't think I did. Let's move it back a little bit. Green axis, line it up with that guy. Okay. Alright, so now we just got to pull these two. And see, now the nice thing is we got some shortcuts built in now because I can do this. Save a little bit of time. Line it up. Lined it up with the wrong one. Line it up with that guy right there. And I don't have to worry about that 1/8 of an inch. We're good on that. Do the same thing here. And line it with that. Perfect. Yep. Oh. God, it just never ends. I didn't make these unique. One more time. Bingo bango. Now I can copy these both at the same time. Can move them both at the same time, lock them both to the green, make copy of both, and move them at 8 feet. And we should have our 1/8 inch gap, which we do. I can just do that again. Move, lock to green, copy, 8 foot. Bingo bango. Now what's nice about this one, it's cool. I'll just do this again one more time. Move, lock to green, copy, 8 foot. Get our gaps there, and now I'm just going to push these guys. You know what? I have to make these two unique. I'm not gonna make this mistake 11 times in a row. Okay. Edit these. These will both go together. Oh. I thought they would both go together. Made a mistake. Whatever. Okay. I like that for the roof sheathing. Okay, feeling really good about this. This is looking good. Look at that, guys. It's a house. It's a tiny house on wheels. A though. It's looking real good. All right. You're still with me? Let's give ourselves a pat on the back and save the rest for another video. Okay, so I need to do some interior stuff. I actually need to hide these. Actually, I should delete those and I should delete these and I could just leave that there. Now I should hide this. I'm definitely going to hide that. Hide, 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 hide. Okay, so I had already done some stuff in the other model, my previous model, and I just didn't want to have to redo it. So I am going to just pull this in. These guys are all in, they should all be in layer 0. No, they're all in this bathroom wall layer, but that's actually fine that they're in that because it actually pulled in that layer when I exported this as a component, and then I pulled in that layer into my when I imported it, it pulled that layer into my model. So let's just move this in. This should fit like a glove. Holy cow. Okay. Yeah. So this fits perfectly. That's good. All right, so that was kind of like a little bit of a freebie. I got my bathroom wall framing in here. Let's just explode this group because I want to unselect all those pieces out of it, and then I want to put the remaining in layer 0, and then I want to make a group and put the group into bathroom wall. Okay, so now bathroom wall is just the actual bathroom wall. Okay, and let's rename this to framing bathroom wall. Okay, well, that's that. So this stuff, and you know what? I don't mind if I leave that as a wood color. It's fine for now. Okay, we got some flooring in here, even though this flooring is way lighter. Way darker than what our flooring is actually going to be. Okay. I'll get these wheel wells to contend with. Should probably, let's deal with that later. What I really wanted to do was just get this ready for the framing. Or not the framing, the paneling. And now that we have that, let's unhide all. Okay, so we got this one panel right here. And how is this going to interact over here? Okay, so we got this thing going on over here. Huh. That's interesting. I don't like how this is falling, but I guess I just have to roll with the punches here, so I'm just going to have to add more 2x4s to make this a proper, at least I can just add, I can at least just add one more to give this wall something to nail into. We should probably just give it one more. Okay. That's fine. Let's rotate her. Oh, we don't even have that other frame wall to deal with right now because it's hidden. Okay. So let's do this paneling. Okay, so we got that. Let's move this all the way down. Apparently we put the floor, the finished floor in first in this case, which I don't know if is the best idea, but it's fine for this. Perfect. Now let's bring this all the way to the corner. Now see, here's another problem with what I did here is that I don't have a nailer. So I need yet another 2x4. This is too much. Too many 2x4s. See, it's just weird. This all works out here. How much of a lip do I have to work on over here? I got a little lip for a nailer for the paneling in the bathroom, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I need another 2x4 out here. So I guess we're just going to do 4 2x4s. That's not ideal. Something is strange here. It's not really snapping. Okay. Whatever. That's what it takes. It's what it takes, I guess. Okay. Here we go. There's our paneling there, but see, now we have another problem. Oh no. We're okay. We'll be fine with that. Alright, so now we can just work our way up the whole mamma jamma here. Make that a component. From that corner, we'll snap the blue, copy it, and snap. Select them both. And why aren't you snapping? Okay. Select them both. Or select all 4 now. And we're going to move them up. Got some snapping issues going on here. Okay. Blue, copy, and go. These are a group. I guess we're in a group here. Okay, so let's just do these 2. Okay. That is very close to the top, so let's just roll with that for now. And let's cut out the framed openings. So this is just like the sheathing on the other side, but I have to do it for each individual one. I could have done this as made this simpler and oops. Okay, let's first make these 3 unique. Okay. Could have made it as one solid sheet and just drawn lines, I guess. But hey. Oops. Yeah, these are just unique to each other, so this has to be unique. This has to be unique. Now we're good. Okay. So those are those lines. These are these lines. Those are those lines. Okay, let's get out of this thing. And we're just going to hide this whole thing. And now I can push these out into the oblivion. It is not the oblivion. It's not what I was hoping for. The heck. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Works from the other side. Maybe it's because I was hitting those 2x4s or something. Okay. Alright, there we go. Oh, what the heck is going on here? See, we're having the same problem. Oh boy. Oh, of course, because those lines weren't drawn on there. Let me hide these. Let me just hide this stuff. Hide this whole thing. Let's try this again. Oh, what the heck? Why doesn't this disappear? So now it's gone over here. Okay, I got some effed up things happening, but okay, so if I push this, I don't know why that's not disappearing. This makes me nervous, but now I can just delete this face. Yeah. Okay, same thing with this thing now. Push this. Doesn't disappear, but I can delete this face. And same thing with this. Push. And that one actually disappeared. Don't understand it. Okay, so let's unhide all. Okay, cool. Alright, we'll cut out these framed openings. Oh god, we gotta do it for each individual one. What a pain in the butt. Wait just 1 minute. Let's hide this. Oh boy. These all have to be unique now. Okay. Those are groups, so make unique, 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 make unique. Why am I doing this? This is so dumb. I should just make one big, like, 3/4 inch thing and just draw lines on it. It'd be so much easier. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so here's our one. I'm going to push it up. Push. Push to there. Okay, so while we're selected here, let's just draw this outline, draw these lines around this wheel well. Oops, something's wrong. Hup. Yep, you can sense that from a mile away. Those lines that I drew, they were not on the face. So why not? What is going on? Try it again. Okay, so I think that worked. Alright, let's try this. Hide. It's fine, whatever. Perfect. Unhide. All. Unhide all. Shoot. Unhide all. Oh my god. Unhide. Oh, okay, got it back. I don't know where I was. Okay, so here we go. Got a white wall now. And we can make it have lines. So we'll just take tape measure and we'll measure up 5.25 and we'll measure up. We don't even have to measure up, let's just draw a line. Yep, kind of have to do another one over here, unfortunately. Okay. Should have done this before I cut out that hole, because then I could have just gone all the way across, but whatever, this will only take a minute. Oh, I'm not drawing them on this object. Am I? I'm not. Yeah, it fucking figures. Alright, edit this object. Draw this line again. Okay. You know what? Let's just save that for last. Let's just get all these walls white with solid white. Okay, so rectangle, blue, green, H, rectangle, pull this thing out, 0.75. Okay. Make a component out of that. Do the same up here, rectangle. We need to draw lines up here because it's like, it's a strange shape. Darn it. That's fine. A little bit weird at the top there, but 0.75. Don't really care very much. That'll be fine. Make component. Okay, let's move that component. Lock it to green. Copy it. And we're going to snap right to there. Okay. And this can be a straight up rectangle, so start there, and now we're gonna go all the way to here. Rectangle. There it is. Pull that out, 0.75. Got another white wall. And we're going to make that a component. Okay, rectangle. to here. Seven five. I'll have to pull that trim out in a minute. Make components. And we're going to make this rectangle. Wow, this thing is totally off. I'm going to have to move that around a little bit. All right, rectangle. .75. Fix up this trim just a little bit. Oh, for some god-awful reason, I went all the way in with this trim. Let's move this up. The blue, so I can get under there. And I'm going to push this up 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to move this back down. Okay. Push it out this way to meet up the edge of that. And it doesn't seem to want to work. Thank you. That's already, now we don't have any sheathing over there yet, so that's why that's like that. Okay, let's see if we can get over here. Move it up. .75. Down. Push this out. Okay. What the heck is this? How did that happen? Oh my god. Oh, let's just get rid of it. Let's redraw it. Rectangle. Okay. Okay, so I think this room is done. Okay, let's start cutting out the framed openings. Alrighty, let's put this wall back on. Should have copied this wall over before I did that, but oh well. Okay, I'll have to seal up that framed opening now. Lock to red, copy, and let's rotate to outside, get rid of the sheathing. Oh boy. Yeah, boy. This is tough. Let's get in here and hide this. Okay, I can do this now. Yeah, because I can snap to this. Okay, so I was able to snap like that. That's looking good. And now we can unhide all. Perfect. Okay, let's get rid of this framed opening. Oh, this framed opening is already gone, because those were identically matched. But this framed opening doesn't exist over here. Partially does, so I can easily I can easily fix this. It's kind of, oh, not too far. Okay, so we're going to edit this and pull this right to there. Okay, sweet. Okay. And now that we already have a hole punched in the wall here, I can just push all these to where they need to go. Oh shit. Didn't make this unique. Make unique. Okay. I made it unique. I made it unique. How is that still happening? Okay, so how is it still linked to that? How? Is that still happening? Going to explode this component. And I'm going to make it a component. Now it is no longer its old component. So it should... What the F? How is that possible? How the heck is that happening? Component number 128. 218. So, why can't I make... Oh, now I can make it unique. Why didn't that work before? I don't know. But it's still happening. How? explode. There must be a group in a group. This is a solid component. Explode. Okay, so I'm going to now make this a component. Okay. And this is not a component at all. How did that happen? Okay, so I got rid of that other component, but I can still see it selecting it when I go select all the faces. So if I make this unique again, and I do this, okay, now it is free. What the heck? I gotta go fix that other one up. Okay, so that did that. Let's go take a look at this guy. Okay, this is a component. Inside of it is another component. That's the problem. How did they get double componented? Okay. Explode. And now I think we're good. Dude. What the hell is going on? Explode. Explode. Make component. Oh my goodness. I somehow had like component inside component inside component. No idea how that was possible. Or how that ended up happening. Push. Push it away. Okay, let's push this all the way down. What is this? Okay, just make it disappear. Make it disappear completely. And what the hell is this? It has not disappeared completely. That is the problem. Oh, it is this. Okay, I got it. Okay, I see what happened there. Alrighty. And now we will push this. We'll push this into oblivion. You have now disappeared. But you're still sort of in existence. Because somehow you left these marks. Oh my god. Push. To disappear you. But you're not working like that. Okay, how about we just draw a line right here. Okay, and now we're going to push you out. And now we're going to erase you. And you. And you. And you. And you. Alright, this is a pain in the butt. Okay. Oh my god, what happened? Why does this look like this? How did it happen? You can get a wider perspective. So camera, 2-point perspective. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Camera perspective. Whoa. Camera. Okay. Field of view. Whoa. Wow, this is kind of crazy. But I think I need this in here. Okay, so at this point in time, field of view. Zero degrees? That's not right. The heck is the default field of view? This is not quite it, but it's pretty close. So we'll roll with that for now. But I need to do a section view. So a section view is going to allow me to cut this whole house in half right now. And that's really important to do because I can't see anything inside. So section plane, rather. So we're going to do it on the red. And then once you do that, you can move it if you want to. Which I don't think I really need to. I'm just going to leave it right there, but I'm going to hide it because it gets in the way. So now I can just very easily just draw the rectangles I need to draw. Okay, so rectangle, red axis, I'm literally going to draw this thing across the entire freaking length. Rectangle all the way to there. Yep, I'm going to pull that out. 0.75. Alright, make that a component. Alright, cut out the framed openings. Okay. Next. Okay. Next. Okay. That's that. Alrighty, so let's unhide that section plane. And we'll delete it. I could rotate it, but I don't feel like it. Let's just rotate around the house now. Wait a minute. Houses exist on both sides. I guess I already drew that. It's very interesting. Okay. Section plane. Tools. Section plane. Red axis. Boom. Hide. And now let's cut out these framed openings. Alright, so now I'm going to do a section plane across the width of the thing. Okay. Oh yeah, there's no windows over there. Is there a window on the end over here? I already got that. I don't think there is, because this is the bathroom. There's no window there, there's no window up there. Okay, so that's done. I got all the framed openings. Hey Tina.
Yeah.
Check it out. What the hell is that? There's something weird.
Yeah.
I just noticed on the front door.
Looks good though.
I can't even get in there anymore without a crazy like. Let me just do a section plane real quick. What? What is this? Oh, right. That's just a dumb thing. Now, you know, like some of this isn't perfect, you know? Like it doesn't really need to be. I don't need to like worry about getting in between each of these. Like this is just so that we can like place stuff around the house. Oh God. I just gotta do it in the bathroom. Thanks. Pretty soon. I gotta finish this. Actually, there's no reason why I can't go all the way up with this.